I think today is a good day to sort of pause and look at where the Padres are at right now. It's the end of an 18-game and 18-day stretch. The end of a start to the season where the Padres played 24 games in 25 days. They've played more games than any team in baseball. And I think a few things can be true at once. Number one, has it been a perfect start? No. Would you have wanted the start to be better than 12-12? Yes. Has the offense gone through its struggles? Yes, certainly. It's looked better the last couple of days. Collectively, yesterday, 5 runs on 6 hits, but the hits they had with runners in scoring position were really important. Today, 7 runs on 8 hits, and you certainly liked what the middle to bottom of the order did, especially here today with Cronenworth, a couple of big hits, and then Matt Carpenter having a 3-hit, 5 RBI day. Sitting at 12-12, and here's the good news. Even though it hasn't been the start that I think everybody envisioned or hoped for, here's the bottom line. Right now, they sit a half game behind Arizona for first place in the NL West. Now, certainly, had the Padres played better as a whole over the first 24 games here, you'd probably be sitting in first place. But considering we know this team has not played up to their capability and has not played as a whole, meaning they haven't had Fernando Tatis Jr. or Joe Musgrove until this past weekend, this past series. You know what? You look at it, you zoom out, even though it hasn't been the start you envisioned, they're back to 500. Now you have a span where you get some off days mixed in here, one tomorrow, you have one on Friday as well. The Padres are going to get a boost in that bullpen with having Ryan Weathers and Nick Martinez going to the bullpen, getting Yu Darvish now built up all the way, and certainly he's been very good here over the last couple of starts. Today, thankfully, the injury news was nothing too serious with just a right hamstring cramp, and sounds like he'll be good to go the next time around in the rotation. You look now, the Padres have won 4 of 5 after losing 6 of 7. Finally have an off day, have a good series win on the road. Not that it's been perfect, but I think you can kind of take a deep breath and hope that this is the start of this team really starting to get going offensively today. And you pair it with what happened yesterday. Juan Soto had a couple of hits, a couple of runs scored yesterday, had a base hit, walked a couple of times, scored a run. Hopefully that's a sign of him starting to come around. Manny Machado hit some balls hard today, had a base hit in this game. Hopefully that's a sign of Manny starting to come around. Jake Cronenworth had a couple of big hits in this game, both off left-handers, had the RBI double in the 7th inning. And I'll tell you what, the first inning I thought was a really good representation of what this offense can do and how deep it can be. You look at the first inning against Ray Jamison. Number one, the Padres really made Jamison work. He threw 43 pitches. He was done after 1 inning in this game here today. Fernando Tatis Jr., hard hit single. Juan Soto, hard hit single, just like that. Runners on first and third. Machado rolls one to first base. Fernando gets caught off third base. All right, 1 out, still runners on first and second. Then Xander Bogaerts walks. Cronenworth a sac fly to make it 1-0. And then you have Matt Carpenter, a well-struck 2-run double off the center field fence. And just like that, it's a 3-0 game. And even after that, Kim walks, Grisham walks, Nola strikes out. So it could have been an even bigger inning than just the 3 runs. But I point to that first inning because if the guys at the top can produce and get on base, and you get the kind of production that you should get out of guys like Cronenworth and Carpenter and Kim and Grisham and Nelson Cruz when he's in there, it shows you the depth of this lineup when they're at full strength, and especially when Soto and Machado really get going in the middle of this order, what this lineup could do. Again, has it been perfect? No. Was it perfect today? No. But you got a little taste of it, I thought, in that first inning. Just kind of 1 through 7, 8, even going all the way down to 1 through 9, what this lineup could be capable of. It was just a little taste of I think, when this lineup is at their best and getting on base, what they could potentially do 1 through 9. So, again, has it been an excellent start to this season with the expectations this team has? No. I mean, 12-12 is not that. But, again, here on April 23rd, even with all that said, with the offensive struggles, all of it, you look up and the Padres are a half game behind the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers for first place. It's not like everybody else has got off to this torrid start. It really has not happened that way. So, again, the Padres have work to do. Cubs have played pretty well here to begin the year. They're 12-9. Now you got to go on the road. You're going to Mexico City after that to play the Giants, then come back home to Petco Park. But you hope that maybe this is kind of like one of those reset moments where the team is back at 500. You're right in the mix here in the NL West, a half game out. You've won 4 of 5 after losing 6 of 7. A nice series win after playing 18 days in a row. You finally have a day off. Maybe this is a moment where this team can feel good going into an off day and take off when they get to Chicago and go win some more games and then keep it rolling into Mexico City and beyond. I think that's got to be the hope right now. So considering they weren't whole, no Fernando, no Musgrove, we know they haven't had Robert Suarez, the bullpen, just from a personnel standpoint, is getting much deeper with the addition of Martinez and with Weathers, and certainly with the way Wilson's performed, and Hader has been terrific. He was awesome in this series. 3 saves. He went 9 up, 9 down in the 3 saves, so he continues to be great. I just think, even though it hasn't been necessarily the start through 24 games that everybody envisioned, that, you know what, you look up and it's like, we go win some more games on this road trip and come back home still playing well, things will start rolling, I think, for this team a lot more. So I think it's just a good day with the off day tomorrow and 24 games in. And after this series win, as the Padres have bounced back nicely in this series after at one point losing 6 of 7, now they've won 4 of 5. I just think it's a good moment to kind of take that perspective of where we are here on April 23rd.